Alright everybody, what is going on? We finally got EZA LR baby on global, guys. Here he is, the GT boss's savior. Now, no cap, like for real here, this guy actually is pretty decent. So just like quick basis of his kit, things that you need to know. He raises attack and he raises like defense by 50% on each super attack that he does. He lowers attack and defense. He gets buffs if there's a pure hybrid Saiyan category enemy. If your HP is high, then he gets like some extra buffs. If his HP is low, he turns into a great ape. He has a, what is it, a high chance to dodge after super attacking. So that's, you know, it's, oh no, that's only if your HP is 40% or less when attacking. Okay, well, point being, this guy, he's got some stuff. He can be pretty decent. So we've got him, 1 second. Alright, so we've got him here, easy 8 and ready to go. As you can see, super attack is level 25 now. All ready to go. Definitely the everything is good here. One thing I do want to talk about, my build real quick, is that it's mostly dodge. The way I view this guy is that have you guys seen me try to use GT bosses? Are you new here? Hopefully you guys aren't new and you have seen my other GT bosses videos here recently, and I think you kind of get the build, right? I would like to go more offense for this guy because of his grade 8 mode, but I think dodge ultimately is what's going to help me out the most here using this guy, because I think he is actually a legitimate option for GT bosses and some of his teams. He is pretty decent. One good thing about Baby is that his link set actually is pretty solid for a villain link set, all things considered. He does have kind of one really bad loser link here with Hatred of Saiyans. Of course, this link sucks. You know, a lot of the unique villain links, these things are just not good here, and I mean, this is one of them. But Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, legendary power, right? Like, that just like 4-hitter combo is really good, and then obviously GT is good for his, you know, GT bosses setup. Shattering the Limit's just kind of whatever. I mean, that's just a product of the time. I could see, like, I know we say this kind of like every year, like, oh, we could definitely get a GT Baby or like a Super Baby 2 this year, like standalone. Like, I know we've been saying that pretty much since this guy dropped, but legitimately, I think this year we could start thinking about getting like a Super Baby 2, just like you see how like it's Super Baby 2 Giant Ape over here on the side. Legitimately this year, I think we could start thinking that maybe we could get like a Super Baby 2 this year. But I have nothing to base that off of. That's just gut feeling. So he's on a lot of teams. Like, baby units, like, these guys are great villains. So this guy being decent is actually going to help out a lot of teams here. So be sure to get this guy's EZA done if you can. Notice here we are at 324k defense. Just real quick, I'm going to go over here real quick. Now, I can't remember exactly how this guy's defense is calculated, but he does get an extra 100% attack and defense at the start of turn, and a 40% chance to crit when there's a pure Saiyan enemy, which we are fighting one here, so this should already be up. He gets an additional 100% attack and defense and chance to perform a critical hit plus 40% if HP is 40% or more when performing a super attack. So that's going to kick in when we attack. So 324, 702, multiplied by 2, and so that's what his defense is going to be. He gets an additional defense plus 150% at the start of turn, or no, 100 extra defense, 150%, and high chance to dodge if HP is 40% or less when performing a super attack. So his defense is actually a little bit higher if your HP is low and the cord goes out. But then after this kicks in, we actually get a 50% buff on his 18 key. So we take this and multiply it by 1.5. And so on this turn, if we just get one super attack, the dude is pushing a million defense, right? With no support. So obviously that is pretty good here. So let's go ahead here and get the super attack. If he double super attacks, then we're going to be over a million defense, right? So Baby is exactly what the GT bosses team ordered, right? You can see right here we have, you know, 3 links up, which is fine. We'll be able to get some of these other ones activated once we get this Baby right here linked up with him. So, but for now, let's just go ahead, see what he pumps out here. Again, we are fighting a pure Saiyan category enemy. This is just like the anniversary battle event. I figured this one was pretty fitting. And he starts out at a 16.5 million attack stat. By the way, I think if you were facing a pure and hybrid Saiyan, like if you could find a fight that had both, in the same, like, turn like this, I think you would actually get extra attack and defense. Like, I think it would be even higher. I think those stack. Like, if you're because back in the day, whenever this guy came out, like, Super Battle Road was the main thing, and there were a few Super Battle Roads that you could use this guy in that had, like, a Goku and a Gohan, or a Vegeta and a Trunks, right? I think if you're facing both, this guy's defense, like, skyrocket. Or, like, just everything. I think he has, like, an 80% chance to crit. I mean, I think he really is just, like, crazy, so... I mean, again, I'll take it. Like, 16.5 million attack stat, 974k defense right there. Definitely pretty good, right? I'll go ahead and cut here and come back once we have, like, Rildo on rotation, I guess. We'll be right back. All right, we got Baby back on rotation here. I would love to leave him in the middle here, but I think we would KO. Notice he's at 428k defense here. Again, hypothetically, if he were to attack, first we would double it. So 428, 8112 times 2 is 857, 624. And then if we, you know, like his super attack effect gives 50% of that. So we would be almost 1.3, we would be at almost 1.3 million defense here after a super attack. If we were able to get one off. I mean, if we do this, how many links do we lose? Like, none. Okay, so yeah, let's do this. We'll leave Rildo on rotation for the extra defense. We can just grab this right here. That'll be a full 24-key super attack. I don't know if this is really Baby's best team, but this is definitely the team he helps the most on, which is why I'm using it, right? Like, the GT bosses, this is clearly where he's intended to help. So, I mean, this is good. And he shoots out a 17.69 million attack stat right here. Very good. I think Rildo only gives defensive support, so that's obviously pretty impressive. Again, we will cut and come back here in just a second and see the next rotation. Oh, man, I thought we were going to go into the grade 8 mode right here. Oh, man. What is Baby's condition to go into his grade 8 mode? So, conditions are, turns into Giant Ape when HP is 40% or less once only. We are, like, at just above 50%, so we were not able to exchange into the grade Ape here. Okay, well, that's fine. We've got pretty much everything active except for Shattering the Limit and Legendary Power. Again, we're at 428, 812 defense. We're at basically the same defensive threshold, so... can I do this? Do we keep the same links active here? We do, okay. So we'll keep this Baby on rotation, that's fine. We'll go ahead and float off... Well, we might die on this rotation. If we do, that's fine. I mean, this is going to be, like... we could get a higher attack stat from Baby, or, like, if we had the STR Rildo on rotation. The free-to-play STR Rildo on rotation. He's the reason we took as much damage as we did. But he gives 40% attack support when facing one enemy. I think this Rildo gives defensive support. GT bosses category ally 2-key defense 50 or 40%, yeah. So we're getting 40% defense from this guy. So if we had this one on rotation, we would have slightly higher attack stats. But with this one, we have slightly higher defense, which personally, that's all I care about. But you guys might want to see something different. Again, we're probably dead here, unless the babies actually just go insane. But, you know, we'll see. So, we have Hatred of Saiyans activated. This is just key and attack. We saw that earlier. But we have pretty much all of his good links activated here. We could get Legendary Power if Omega was here, but again, we have support. So, let's grab these. I mean, Rildo at the end is most likely going to die. I don't expect him to survive. And we shoot out an 18.8 million attack stat right there. Again, I mean, that's obviously very good, right? So, that's good. We'll go ahead and hop into an event after this. I mean, because we're clearly going to die at the end. We'll hop into an event after this, and that's not against a pure Saiyan enemy, and see how our stats are looking there. Because, I mean, if you guys know, most of the fights on Global right now are not against pure hybrid Saiyan enemies. It looks like JP's about to get a few. Oh, are we going to survive? Oh! Alright, the showcase continues. But we don't have very many pure or hybrid Saiyan enemies right now. JP looks like they're going to get a few with the 9th anniversary, but that is not coming until July on Global. Alright, we're very lucky. We got one more rotation here. Very, very nice. Notice we actually got some healing, so see like our health going down. That's the Metamorphosis link kicking in right there. So, again, same links activated here. Our defense is lower, like I mentioned, because this guy isn't on rotation, but our attack stat should be higher assuming we can get an attack off. I mean, Goku and Vegeta could just decide to kill us here and, you know, make this last little run worthless, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can survive here and get an attack off with Baby. There we go, nice dodge. These are all hidden potential dodges, by the way, that we're seeing. We have not activated his actual dodge, and he gets up to a 20.95 million attack stat here. Very, 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 very good. Let's move to an event without a Pure Saiyan enemy and see how he does. Alright, here we are. We're going up against the Metal Cooler Core. Now, this may be a mistake, but, you know, we're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to throw Omega in slot 1 here. I mean, that's clearly his job. Remember that the core here can be debuffed. So, like, you know, Omega debuffs, Baby debuffs. So we're going to be able to take advantage of that. Now, immediately we can notice that his defense is not as high here. He's going to be at, what, about 600k or so after he super attacks? Essentially, the easy way to calculate his defense is that if you get one super attack, I think you just multiply by 3. Right? Like, I think that would get you to the same spot. Just to check my math here, guys. We're going to do a little math check, alright? So we are at 231, 930. If we multiply by 2, which is what he gets whenever he attacks, right? And then you get 1.5 from the super attack effect. So 695, 790. Again, so 231, 930 times 3. Yeah, so it's the same number. So with one super attack, you can just multiply whatever you see at the start of turn by 3. And as long as you're above, like, that, what is it, 40% HP threshold? Yeah. So, like, as long as you have this active, all you have to do, take his defense, multiply it by 3, and that's what his defense is going to be. So, obviously, like, 600k defense is nowhere near as good as we were, but we can debuff. So, Baby's going to be debuffing, Omega's debuffing. He'll debuff more once he attacks. So we should be fine here, but we'll see how this goes. This might do a little bit of damage to us, but Omega got a couple orbs. We're on a full GT Boss's team. Okay, it doesn't do anything. That's good. We'll have the double Baby rotation coming up as well. I'd like to get the Giant 8 transformation in this video. But, you know, that's easier said than done, right? Like, HP conditions are definitely the most inconsistent thing in the game. And yeah, you can see his attack stats have shot way down. We're only at an 11 million attack stat here. That extra 100% attack and defense that he gets if there is a pure or hybrid Saiyan category enemy definitely does help boost that up a lot, right? I mean, that last turn with, I mean, what were we seeing? Like 17 million without support earlier, and now we're down to 11 million. That's pretty low, pretty low. I guess I'll cut here and come back whenever a Baby is on rotation again. We should survive next turn, I hope. I hope. Okay, we're back on rotation here. We could use Omega's active skill. I probably won't here. Let's go. Ooh, that's a lot of attacks. I kind of want to do this, but we run the risk of getting Baby debuffed if I do this. I mean, all we lose out on, right, is, like, Hatred of Saiyan. Oh, no, we lose out on Thirst for Conquest and Metamorphosis, which are important. Let's do this. I mean, if we get boned, we get boned, right? I mean, we gotta do it. My worry is not getting supered. We would absolutely survive being supered. My worry is being debuffed, because if we get debuffed here, we'll carry it into the next phase. So that's my concern more than anything. Dude, Baby is like UI Goku, and we're at a 13.43 million attack stat here. Like, this isn't... I'm pretty sure his dodge doesn't kick in until he super attacks if you're at low HP. And we're just like UI Goku dodging out here. That is insane. Okay, please dodge this one, though, please. Oh, see, this sucks. Because now we're defensively debuffed going into the core. Again, it doesn't do damage to us now, but against the core, we're going to be at a lower defensive level, which sucks. That's my one holdup doing any sort of showcase against the core like this, is that he does defensively debuff, and it's always on the character you're trying to showcase, and then you get into, like, the actual core, and then he, like, seals you, right? Like, it's never simple. It's never simple with this guy. He can't just relax for one turn. Anyway, we will come back at the next turn with Baby on it, see how he does. Hopefully he performs decently well. We'll see. Well, He supered the last attack in slot 3. Did we survive? And we get the Grade 8 transformation! Yo! Yes! Alright, there we go. You rat, Metal Cooler Core. Look at that, dude. Metal Rildo hanging in there. Okay, so, Grade 8 Baby. Let's talk about this real quick, okay? Grade 8 Baby, what does he do? So he gets an extra 2 key per key sphere obtained. He does get, like, massively raised attack on his Ultra Super Attack, 50% raise on, great raise on his 12 key Super Attack, and then he has a high chance to crit. So, obviously, this is a pretty decent giant form as far as giant forms go. I mean, it's no Orange Piccolo, right? I mean, nothing is. I mean, dude, Orange Piccolo, theoretically, Orange Piccolo can do 27 supers in his giant form, right? Because, is it? Or am I, no, am I, no, it is, yeah. Because you can have 3 turns, right? Each with 3 attacks, and each of those 3 attacks, or, I'm sorry, you have 3 turns with, up to 3 turns with 3 attacking slots, and each of those attacking slots can do 3 attacks. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Point being is, like, you can do 27 attacks with Orange Piccolo in theory. That's actually insanity. So, I mean, nothing is going to beat that. Baby, I would love some crits, though. 50% chance to crit. Hello? Did he get one? Surely he got one and I just missed it, right? Let's grab these. Let's grab these. And then let's just grab the physical key spheres. No, let's grab those. Okay, we need to do as much damage as possible. Also, we need the core to super us. I don't think the core super... Yeah, there we go. So now we've canceled the core super attack. So whenever we get out of this, he won't be able to super us, which will be very, very, very good. Now, one issue is we do not have an Omega on this rotation. So we don't really have a slot 1 character. We're going to have to rely on Baby there for that. And we also have the... attack support Rildo on rotation, who's going to get obliterated. But we got to see Baby's Grade 8 transformation, so I'm going to consider this a W showcase. Let me know what you guys thought, though. Let me know if you've had fun using LR Baby. He's pretty decent. I like him. You know, as far as, like, GT bosses go, I think this should be, like, the bare minimum for what they should be shooting for, right? And, I mean, this guy's on a lot of teams. Oh, we got a third turn here. Okay. Let's try to start grouping up the AGL key spheres so that whenever we get out of this... I probably should have saved those tech ones. But let's group up the AGL key spheres so that whenever we get out of this, we can give those to Baby, and he will heal us. That's kind of the plan at the moment. But yeah, this guy's on Omegas 200%. He's on Coolers, he's on Genyus, he's on Piccolo Juniors, and the GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta 8th Anniversary Unit team. Most of those, like, teams are dead. But, like, Terrifying Conquerors, right? Like, Piccolo Jr., like, I think this guy actually works decently with him. I mean, they're going to share, what, like, I mean, Big Bad Boss's Thirst for Conquest. Same thing with Cooler, but, I mean, it's not like we get good Terrifying Conquerors buffs every other day. So the fact that, you know, should there be a mission or something where you need, like, a Terrifying Conqueror, this guy is going to fit in well. So, I mean, that's definitely good, right? All right, so again, our HP is really low here. We're only at 164k defense at the start of turn. This should heal us a little bit, but we may die here. That is in the cards, but we'll see. I don't know if I'd really put the death on Baby if we did die here. I think I'd put it more on STR Rildo eating 500k, but yeah, 272, and we didn't dodge it, so we are dead. Again, he gets his dodge chance after he super attacks. If I had any complaint with this guy, it would be that. Well, let me know what you guys think, though. I think we saw pretty much enough of him. We saw his Grade 8. We saw him doing 20 million attack stats. We saw him doing 11 million attack stats. We saw his defense at over 1 million, and then we saw his defense at like 600k. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Let's go ahead and move into the full breakdown. All right, this is Ultimate Malign Being. Yeah, I think that's Malign. Dude, I don't know. Super Baby 2. Listen, guys, I'm not... Anyway, Super Baby 2, Giant Ape, leader skill, doesn't matter. It's decent for Battlefield, though. Like, you could use this guy in Battlefield if you needed to. Super Attack is the Revenge Final Flash Extreme. Greatly raises defense for 1 turn and lowers attacks. You can see those percentages there. His ultra super attack, that's his 18 key or higher, is the reverse shot extreme. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, mega colossal damage, and lowers attack and defense. Again, these are very good super attack effects. Always we want to see attack, or I'm sorry, we want to see attack lowering and defense raising. But defense raising is like the most important thing. If they're going to have like a lowering though, attack lowering is what we want. We don't really care about defense lowering. And attack raising is nice, but like in order of things that we care about, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like the order that we care about these things. Personally, that's the order I care about them. His passive skill, Return of the Tuffles, key +6, attack and defense 150% at the start of turn. We love it when LRs get a ton of free key. We love that. We love that. Thank you. Good design. Additional key +6 and attack and defense +100% and chance performing a critical hit +40% when there is a pure or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. Again, I'm pretty sure this stacks. So if you're facing a pure and hybrid Saiyan category enemy, like both, and they'd have to be separate enemies, not like in the same card. But yeah, if there's both, like if you're in Super Battle Road or something, you get like 12 key and 200% attack and defense and an 80% chance to crit. I am fairly certain about that. Someone can fact check me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I am like 90% certain this stacks, or I was lied to like oh my goodness, 5 years ago at this point, and I've just believed a lie for 5 years. Entirely possible. Additional attack and defense +100% and chance to perform a critical hit +40% if HP is 40% or more when performing a super attack. Again, this is a nice multiplicative buff. We love that. He gets an additional 150% defense and a 50% chance to dodge if HP is 40% or less when performing a super attack. So if your HP is over 40%, you get a little bit more attack. If your HP is under 40%, you get a little bit more defense when you attack. So that's nice. Obviously, I probably should have kept a Omega on rotation with us. That way, on that last rotation, we would have survived. This guy's kind of meant to be a slot 2 unit, right? Like, Omega is clearly meant to be the slot 1 unit. This guy's not meant to be a slot 1 unit, which is another reason why I gave him dodge for AoE fights, right? But Omega is clearly meant to sit in slot 1. This guy's meant to sit in slot 2. If your HP is high, then he's doing a lot of attack. If your HP is low, then he has more defensive capabilities, right? So I like it. I like the design. I think this makes a lot of sense. I do wish that this wasn't so strict, or they would just give us more pure hybrid Saiyan enemies. Like, please, guys. Please. Maybe. We'll see. 9th anniversary, right? We'll get that in 6 months on Global. And then he turns into a giant ape when conditions are met, which is just 40% or less. Once only. Again, his link set is very good. He has one kind of like bogus link, but I mean, these other links are all really good, right? You see Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Boss's legendary power on a unit like this, on a villain, and you know that you're cooking, right? Like, I mean, he shares like, what, 5 links with Janemba, so obviously very good. And then he's on a million teams, like I said. That's another huge reason why baby units are just so good, is their link sets are good, and then they're on a lot of teams, so we could really use a Dokkan Fest baby. These are his 200% leaders. I already mentioned them, but here they are, so you can actually see them. These are where he will be getting his full 200% buff from stats. And then these are just all the teams that you can use them on. Link set, again, links, like, I mean, he just shares like a bunch of villain links. So if you can just get him around another villain, you'll be fine. Obviously, he's going to link the best with other baby units. But yeah, if you can just get him around another villain, you're going to be fine. I mean, Thirst for Conquest, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Bosses, that is like the trio of holy links. This guy, you do have to link level. If you start noticing, he gets a lot of stats from his link levels, so you gotta link level this guy. This guy will perform completely different at like link level 1, and even like link level 5, 7 versus link level 10, right? Like, there's gonna be a huge difference once you get this guy to full link level 10. You can farm his super attack. This is from like there's like a Dragon Ball story or something. You can go farm this guy up. It's kind of a hellish grind, but I did it back in the day. I did do this, and that was before the revamp. So I'm a real trooper. You guys have it easy now, you kids. You know. And then here's this giant ape. We kind of already mentioned it. He just gets the 50% attack on 12 key, 100% on 18 key. And then, you know, this stuff right here, 50% chance to crit, and then additional 2 key per key sphere obtained. So Great unit, really good EZA, huge buff to GT bosses, huge buff to villains. This is a great EZA. Again, my only minor nitpick is I wish that in this condition right here, the chance to dodge wasn't on super. It's kind of the same complaint I had with Android 21 whenever she dropped. I don't like them locking dodge behind needing to attack first. I think if you're going to give a unit dodge, you just need to give them the dodge, like start a turn, right? But let me know what you guys think. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you've had a chance to use Baby. Let me know if you even have this guy. And I'll catch you guys next time.